Hello, everybody, and welcome to our third video in the series, Working the New Normal. Yes, we're going to set up that 5-minute timer, see if we hit the 5-minute mark this time. So today, what we want to discuss with you, is what is the new normal, right? And the reality of it is that nobody knows what the new normal is. Is the new normal going to be higher volume, lower volume?
Zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. Are we all looking for four creepy looking guys riding on horses around the neighborhoods? We don't know. We don't know what the new normal is going to look like. One thing we do know is not going to be like pre-COVID times, right? It's not going to be what it used to be. I was talking to a client this morning, and Gerard, next time you come, which I don't know what it's going to be, very likely you're going to have to come through the same door and get your temperature tested. And I imagine that some of our clients in the hospital environment, they're going to say, every time you come, you need to get tested. And I couldn't blame them for that, right? So what kind of restrictions are we going to have to live with? Don't know.
Yeah, we've heard about a 15-minute test, right? It doesn't exist yet, but if that, kind of like what you do now for a flu test, right? You can get the results pretty fast. So if something like that exists, you can imagine before you even board an airplane or walk into the doors of a hospital, you would get tested, right?
So we will see where that is. And what about air travel? How many of you are itching to go back into coach and sit around 8 of your best friends? Nobody's looking forward to that. So one thing is for sure, we're not going back to pre-COVID. We don't know what the new restrictions are going to be. Also, the other thing we don't know is how many converts are there going to be to remote work? What if we,
one right here, one here.
Yeah. What if I'm the only one who shows up, right? The external consultant, that's the only one who shows up. Everybody else is working from home because they like it so much more. Don't know. I am hearing of converts every day in my own family, from one week to the next, people complaining about how awful it is, to the next week saying, man, I get so much more done.
Yeah, and if you live in a big city, I had to drive through Atlanta a few months ago, and during rush hour, it took me four hours just to get from one side of the city to the other. And I wasn't going anywhere. I was just trying to get through town. 4 hours. So if that's what you deal with every day, like a lot of people in Los Angeles or Atlanta or any US big city, really, Denver, if you can work from home, you're going to save hours and hours of time, right? And you might start liking that.
Yes, and you're going to have time to work out. Also, please Google on your own time the 5 levels of distributed work. And we're telling you, based on our experience, we're barely scratching level 1. We are pretty good. We've been at it for a while. And I was telling Richard, we're at 2.5 right now. Now, another thing to consider, what is the demand going to look like on the other side of this?
Or what's the economy going to look like, in other words?
Exactly. Right? And the demand for your specific clients or for your specific company. Is there going to be a pent-up demand? We don't know. Is there going to be a lot lower demand? We don't know. You need to be ready for that. And for that, you need to be able to say, this is my system, and I am able to model it up or down. And finally, in honor of the 5 minutes,
got 1 minute left.
You need to become part of that top 5% of professionals in our tribe that can proficiently support continuous improvement remotely. It is not about getting on camera and blabbering through a meeting. You need to have a methodology. You can blabber live, but remotely, you need to have a methodology that you follow that can help you hold people accountable and has very specific, tangible delivery.
And achieving that, by the way, is going to help you regardless of what happens in the future, whether we go to a much more remote working environment or whether we go back to something very similar to what we had before the coronavirus. Either way, achieving that 5%, having a roadmap, mastering these tools, mastering these methods is going to be a big help to you.
And it will make you better when you're live. Like riding a motorcycle made me a better driver. And with that, that's the 5 minutes. Those are my words of wisdom. Ride a motorcycle.
We did it. All right. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye now.